I've recently listened to a podcast. I don't know if you've listened to this before, but Mark Burris, Straight Talk, and he was talking to the CEO of the NRL, Peter V'landys, and they were talking about how AFL has tapped into partnerships with schools really well in comparison to like the NRL, rugby union, for instance. Is this one of the reasons why you have come into working with the AFL? Was it an innate passion of yours who, have developed over time through working in a school setting? I understand that you've coached obviously AFL, soccer, basketball, and cricket. Is that one of the sort of, I guess, early starts for you working in this space?
Yeah, that's correct. I've got three of my own children as well, all grown up now, 17 to 23. And I was very lucky to teach in an elite private school in Melbourne, Penley and Essen Grammar School, which a lot of AFL current players, Trent Cotchin from Richmond, also Craig Rayner at Brisbane Lions, Curtis Taylor, Kangaroos, Dustin Fletcher. Lots of elite players have come through, and I've been lucky enough to teach some of them. And be involved in, we had a very big sport focus with the school in relation. I taught primary. They'd have 2 PE lessons plus 2 house sport lessons a week, plus they'd engage in the AGSV Saturday morning competition, summer and winter sport, and I was a coach in all that in my 22 years at Penley Essen Grammar School. And then I saw sport and the impact that it makes on kids. It develops discipline, it develops resilience, it develops passion, commitment, gives kids the opportunity to learn how to win and lose and be gracious winners and humble losers as well, which I think in this day and age, that's been taken away a lot. Kids are given, it's the yes generation, it's the me generation. They need to have adversity in their lives, and they need to be taught how to handle those emotions and adversity. And you can do that through the power of sport. Perseverance, it teaches them goal setting. And my ability also, I did a lot of coaching in the local community with my kids, with Aberfeldy Football Club, and was one of the first female AFL coaches with my daughter at Pegs FC. And again, the ability to teach kids all those different things that they're going to use throughout all their lives. You know it, all our listeners, all your listeners who have been involved in sport, and your former interviewers you've had, especially Melinda Gainsford-Taylor, would tell you exactly the same thing. And also how much fun sport is. And another reason that I started the charity when I turned 40, a children's sporting charity, and we focus a lot in relation to remote Indigenous areas, and I've been blessed and honoured to have permission to travel to different areas across Australia, Alco Island and Yarrabah and Numbulwah on the Gulf of Carpenter Territory, also in Alice Springs and APY lands in Adelaide, and give opportunities through sport, because that's the ability to change lives. Nelson Mandela, as you said, and it's true, and he proved it winning the World Cup for South Africa as well after apartheid, which was just extraordinary. And that brought the whole country together as well. And yeah, it has been a great passion of mine through my life, and that's through the education and through the changes I've seen in the kids that I've been lucky enough to teach. Currently a PE teacher in Melbourne at the moment, and having the prep kids who are 3, 4, 5-year-olds and shooting their first basket or even bouncing their first ball, and the joy that it brings. And you're making a huge difference to their confidence and to the ability for them to develop skills to use in every other subject and every other way of life.
Yeah, schools are really ideal settings, aren't they? Students are a captive audience to teachers, who teachers have the responsibility and the opportunity to embed skills and values and develop discipline and a lot of those attributes that you spoke about. And so it's really, one of those fundamental early, I guess you'd say, settings in a adolescent or child's life, when they have a chance to develop different fundamental movement patterns and skills that they can sustain a lifetime of engagement in sport and physical activity.